My skin is breaking out, my lips are crusty with dead skin, and my hair is feeling a little bit of extra dryness. So why not film my self-care routine?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys kind of what I do on a weekly / bi-weekly basis, depending on if I'm busy or if I'm not busy. What I do to kind of like upkeep everything and how I make myself feel better and stuff like that. So I had just woken up and I have work today, so it's gonna be like the weekly short version because this is like more realistic. I have my Diva damaged hair that is growing out, so it's a little bit more apparent to me now that it's growing out, because before it was like up to here and I couldn't see it, and now it's like blah. And it's really crunchy, and I want to let it grow out a little bit more before like I start taking length off again, because I don't want like a short piece again. So let's go ahead and jump in with hair first. This is my Allocate Naturals Essential Hair Growth Oil for all skin types. It has sunflower oil, rosehip oil, olive oil, corn oil, sweet almond oil. I don't know if I already said that. But here in Arizona, it's just really dry and my scalp is already dry as it is. So this is something that I like to do to help with the moisture. So I like to start off by putting it down my part and then putting it in this area. It's supposed to be like a hair growth, like for your hair to grow. Obviously, that's what hair growth means. As you can see, I'm still half asleep. But I just use it to moisturize my scalp. And then I just kind of massage it in all over. So I'm giving myself a little scalp massage, and you would be like stimulating hair growth. But I'm gonna leave it on for like an hour, as well as like a hair mask for the rest of my hair, just to help her out during the times that I'm here in this very dry weather. But I like to make sure I get my whole scalp. Next, I'm going to be applying a hair mask on my hair, and it's actually a combination of 2 hair masks, and it is, oh my gosh, don't mind my oily hair. I obviously plan these or coordinate my self-care days on days that I have to wash my hair. And I actually don't wash my hair until like the 5th day. I was able to extend it from every 3 days to every 5 days thanks to the quarantine. The only good thing. So yeah. I'm going to be using the Shea Moisture Hydrate, Repair, Manuka and Honey Yogurt Protein hair mask, but I'm going to also use like half and half and use the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Deep Conditioning Curl Mask. I don't have full-on curly hair. I just brush my hair out, so there's not any tangles, but I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, there is kind of like a wavy pattern, and then even the end it starts to like curl and coil. So I do have like curly wavy hair, but obviously right now it doesn't look like that. So I use curl products on my hair just to give them extra moisture, because curly hair or hair that tends to just like not be straight tends to get damaged more easily. So yeah, I'm actually gonna wet my dirty hair so it works a little bit better, and then we're gonna apply the hair mask. Hair's kind of wet. It's like damp wet. It's not soaking wet, but that's fine. I probably should have done this in like a bowl, but I never do because realistically that's not real. So I'm just gonna literally show you how I do it, which is like completely lazy, but also I don't have to like eventually go wash something because I decided to mix it in a bowl and be like really like, ooh, YouTubey, you know? Yeah. So I start off by taking my Shea Moisture, take a glob of it. Protein can be great for hair, but it can also be very drying, which is why I mix both of them, because protein helps with frizziness, and my hair is really frizzy, but it also needs a lot of moisture. So we're just gonna start off with that one. And I love that this is like in a super squeezy package. And of course, I wanna make sure these are like well mixed. It just smells so good. It really does. So I'm just gonna start taking it and just kind of start applying it. And because the hair is kind of wet, this actually makes it like glide a lot easier, like when you're putting regular conditioner on in the shower. Glide and slide. And this is more realistic because like probably the best case scenario is to do this overnight, but sometimes you're too tired to do it, so you can only do an hour. This is like the busy woman, but I'm on quarantine, so I'm the busy student worker. And I'm actually going to take a little bit more and apply it to this side because I feel like this side's a little bit lacking. So I'm just going to do the same. Take my shea butter manuka honey. And then my Not Your Mother's. And by doing this outside of the shower, all the hair that would have like fallen out while washing it is starting to come out. So there'll be less hair in the drain. That's a plus. No one likes hair in a drain because then it starts like clogging up. So bringing it up to that ponytail area. So I'm just going to put it up in a bun right now. Out of the way. I'm gonna look like a lunch lady, but that's fine. Really appreciate them when I was young. And we're gonna let her sit while we do the rest of our skin routine. I have prepped the skin for cleansing, and I'm going to be cleaning my skin with the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser, which honestly is the only cleanser I use in Arizona because again, it's very dry and I'm already like a dry skin person. And I'm also going to be using a device from our kind sponsors today, Duvolle Skincare, and we're going to be using their face brush attachment on the little machine. I'm going to be inserting a clip talking about the device a little bit and all the different compartments that it comes with right now. Alright, so let's talk a little bit more about the handy dandy tool that is the Duvolle Radiance System. Skincare Radiance System. So just a little bit of facts of what you get. So you get the obviously the base component, and you get the facial brush, which is currently what I have on. You also get the body brush, which mine is a little bit mangled because I've been using it and it was a little bit smushed when it was drying. You get a pumice stone for your feet, as well as an exfoliating facial brush that's a little bit more dense and has a lot more bristles than the gentle facial brush that I was using and have been using while I've been testing this out. Really quickly, I want to jump in and say that while they did send me this product to review, these are my honest opinions on it. I wouldn't try to sell you something that I think is complete crap. And with that being said, is that on the website itself, it retails, quotation marks, it retails for $95, but everyone who has been sent this has been giving a discount code. I have a discount code for you guys as well. It is just morereneeluchia, even though my middle name is not Lucia, but it's just my screen name, and you get 70% off the brush, which brings the cost down to $28.50. Now, is this brush worth the $95? Definitely, absolutely not. However, is it something to consider buying at the $28.50? I think definitely so. I have bought skincare brushes that only come with one head for $30, and the fact that this one comes with 4, I personally think is a lot more worth it than one that just simply comes with 1. And again, this is like just my thoughts on the price itself. I'm going to quickly run through what I think of each of the attachments. So my favorite attachment is definitely the facial brush. You know, it is gentle, so I haven't had the problem where over exfoliation or purging has occurred, but that could also be the fact that I have been using like retinols and a lot of things that turn over dead skin and your skin cells since I was, I don't know, like in 8th grade. So my skin is a lot more tolerant. It's usually when I introduce a new like acid that my skin hasn't been used to before is when I get a little bit of breakouts. So with this brush, it's gentle enough that I'm not causing a repurging of my skin. However, I will say that the exfoliating face brush might be able to do that to you if you decide to purchase this, because it's a little bit, well, the bristles themselves are very soft. It is actively working away at the dead skin. With that being said, I love using, again, the gentle facial brush, because sometimes I have makeup remover that doesn't simply wash away well by just using my fingers. So I love using this to make sure that my skin is clean, and how I'm using it in this video is cleaning my skin with this and getting off any dead skin cells to then apply a mask. And I feel like that I get the most benefits out of my mask after using this brush. The Pumice Stone, honestly, not quite my favorite. I have dancer feet. They're not, like, I've upkept them from years and years and years, so they're not the ugly dancer feet, thank goodness. So I feel like if you have rough and dry feet, I don't feel like this Pumice Stone is going to do much for you unless you're using it as an upkeep in between the days that you're doing the hardcore feet stuff. Last but not least, we have the body brush. I have been using this. I also have body brushes that come like on sticks, and I feel like I just prefer those a little bit more because I have to be careful about using this in the shower. And I have keratosis pilaris, and these brushes are great for that, for exfoliating that dead skin and upkeeping that area to prevent skin growing over dead skin cells. So if you don't know what keratosis pilaris is, it's basically your skin grows over faster than the shedding of your skin, so you get like little bumps. I do think the brush head is great for it, but I do think that because, you know, I tend to do this while I'm in the shower, I have to like step out of the water and then do the brush thing, and it's a little bit different just like having the attachment like go over in circles rather than you just be like boop 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 and done. However, this would be really great for traveling. So like when I'm traveling and I'm gonna be somewhere for 2 weeks, it's so much more convenient to bring like the head and the system than like bringing the whole thing with the stick. So I think for travel is where I'm actually gonna get most use out of this, which I'm not mad about. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Duvolle Radiance Spin-Care System. I think it's worth the $28.50. So I wouldn't recommend buying it unless you're using a code. You don't have to use a code. I don't get anything if you end up using my code. It's just for you guys. But even then, it's up to you to decide whether you'd like to give this a shot. Now let's go back to the video. Let's go ahead and keep going with our self-care routine. So I'm just going to do 2 pumps. And I'm actually going to dab it on my face just because it's easier, and then I don't have to wash my hands twice. And then I'm just gonna start the machine. Is anyone else like, I don't know, hate aging? Fun fact, I used to like, for the longest time, like growing up, I was horrified of aging. Like I didn't want to age, I was scared to get old, and but then when I was growing up, I couldn't wait to be an adult. Like I'd be 13 and they'd be like, okay, like, ma'am, because I would like to act like a 30-year-old. I don't know. I would like to think that I was just very mature from a young age. Slash, have always been very independent, which is probably why I got that nickname. So for a face mask, I'm going to be using the Herbivore Blue Tansy face mask. So this is a resurfacing clarity mask. I like that it doesn't really like tighten. It's just really like working to, it says it's like for clarity, but it's very much exfoliant. It came with the spatula, I don't know where it is. So I just stick my fingers in it, and it's like gooey and green, and it really doesn't look like a mask that much because I guess it's just like so thin. But I'm just going to start applying, and because I use this on a weekly basis practically, I'm not afraid of like contaminating it, because everyone's like, oh, I mask like once a week, and it's like I don't know people that like mask that much unless they're like using sheet masks. But with this one, because it's like comes off so easily, and because it goes on so easily, it's just so easy to use rather than like using like Glam Glow, which is such a pain to get off. For example, what other masks did I used to use? Or like the L'Oreal dupe, which is the one that I have right now. That one's also a pain to get off. So this one's just so easy. I don't love the smell. It has like a weird smell. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's weird. But I just love, again, I can put up with the smell based on like how easy it is to remove. There's nothing worse than like washing your face over a sink and just feeling the water drip down to your elbows. That always happens to me, and I hate that feeling. And if I'm not wearing like short sleeves, like my arms are wet practically. But I practically put this on everywhere. I'm gonna bring that down to my neck actually, because your neck, your chest, and the back of your hands show your age first. So I'm just, because I can see my neck right now, I'm gonna put it on there as well. And I'm back, and oh my gosh, like not to like, but my skin feels so amazing. It feels so smooth, like a baby's butt, and this is why I love self-care days, honestly. And because it's a self-care day, we're gonna use products that are just gonna keep this feeling going. So we're gonna start off with the La Tourajou Glacier Water Facial Toner. I still have this kicking around. I like to be extra with it because it literally feels like water. Then I'm gonna apply some eye cream. I am still loving and using my Maison Collagen Power Firming Eye Cream. I'm almost out of this one actually. It's just a nice lightweight gel. It's great in the sense that like I can still wear makeup over it, because the last couple of eye creams that I've used that hasn't been this, like it just does not sit well underneath makeup. So because it is a little bit more like my skin, you know, has had many layers removed, we need to put that moisture back in. So I'm going to be using my Caudalie SOS Thirst Quenching Serum. You guys know that I love this. I buy this yearly, especially during the winter time. But now that I'm going to be in Arizona till the end of 2020, my skin definitely felt a little bit dry. So again, bouginess happened. So the kit that I bought from Caudalie is a little bit different, because the one that I buy in November is like 2 full sizes. This one came with the full size of the serum and 2 like deluxe sizes of the moisturizer it usually comes with, and the beauty elixir that I haven't used, and it's supposed to be applied before moisturizer. I mean, I've used it now, but I hadn't used it before. So we're just gonna spray that. So that one's a lot lighter than the toner, so I can just put moisturizer over this. So again, we're using nice stuff. So I'm gonna be using my Lush Gorgeous Moisturizer, thanks to my girl Elizabeth, who gifted me this when she was working at Lush. And this is like the $90 face cream from Lush that like is modeled after, sorry, my dog's in here because my brother was playing with her and she was trying to escape and he was yelling. So she's in here so we can avoid yelling in my videos in the background. So yeah, this was modeled after Princess Diana's moisturizer, and she personally worked with Lush to create this. And I feel like my skin just looks brighter when I'm using it. I will say that I feel like the elixir kind of does help just slightly. Like, I don't know if it's like a placebo effect, but I feel like normally maybe sometimes the Gorgeous moisturizer isn't enough like moisture, but when I use it with the elixir, it actually feels really nice on the skin. But that is my self-care routine when I still have like day stuff to do. Like I'm gonna be wearing makeup later because I have work, but at least my skin has like been properly taken care of. It's going to sit like this nice and clean for a couple hours, just to, you know, absorb everything we just did. Don't forget to check out the Duvolle skincare brush. I feel like that did a big part in actually helping my skin feel nice, because we did kind of like deep cleaned it, but it didn't feel like a deep clean. Like my face didn't feel tight from it. It actually helped the mask actually make my skin feel even more better. But I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. You always have to like put yourself first sometimes. We forget to do that, so definitely do it. You won't regret it. You'll feel amazing. And yeah, now I'm gonna go get ready for the rest of my day, and I will see you guys all in my next one.